developed into the most famous centre of the Celtic Church, the mother community of the many monastic houses which resulted in the conversion of the northeast of England. It was to the monks of Iona that Oswald owed his conversion to Christianity on his return to his native Northumbria in 633 AD. He fought his way to the throne by defeating the heathen Cadwalla at Hexham in 635 AD. And later, when he was firmly established as king, he invited Aidan to come and teach the people of the Christian way of life and persuaded him to accept the bishopric of Lindisfarne. Oswald gave to Aidan the island of Lindisfarne upon which to build his first monastery, and from here sprang all Northumbrian monasteries. In 640 AD, he gave to Aidan land at Hartlepool to further the doctrine of Christian teaching. This house, like its parent at Lindisfarne, stood upon a ridge of land known as the Yough. Aidan himself built the building and invited Bega, the daughter of an Irish prince, Donald III, the first lady to take the habit and veil of a nun, to be its first abbess. After 9 strenuous years, the work became too heavy, so she asked Aidan to release her. Aidan then called upon Hilda to take over as superior at Hartlepool. Hilda was born on the 25th of August 614 AD in the West Riding of Yorkshire. She was the daughter of Eric, nephew of Edmund, the first Christian king of Northumbria. In 647, Hilda quit court life with all its gaiety for the life of the cloisters. Here we have a picture of Hartlepool's memorial to St Hilda, built in the 12th century. Here are 2 quaint characters that once existed in Hartlepool. The gentleman with the rifle is Martin Shout, who was the engineer on the Commissioner's Pier at Hartlepool. With him is Crowdy Bob, holding him up in conversation. No story of Hartlepool would be complete without mention of the monkey. This worldwide story has gone from one side of the world to the other. It is supposed to have happened in the time Napoleon threatened invasion. You'll notice the monkey being hung by His Worship the Mayor. A close-up of poor Jacko. The entrance to West Harbour in 1847. A Whitby yawl entering the port of Hartlepool. A part of the old town wall. These walls were built in the 13th century. The old Freemasons' arms that used to stand on the fish sands. The Elephant Rock and the old Yough Lighthouse. Neither of them are with us today. Old property on the town wall. It has now given way to more modern dwellings. The late Reverend Canon Ormsby, rector for 40 years at St Hilda's. An old interior view of the church showing the lovely Gothic columns and arches. St Hilda's shortly after the screen was erected in the 1890s. An older view still of the interior showing the old East End without the rood screen. The High Street or Marketplace with a fair. Most of the properties are now gone. The off-battery at the time the muzzle loading guns had been changed to these modern guns you now see in this picture. King George V and Queen Mary with Mr Morrison leaving Richardson Westgarth. The hospital just after it was built. This hospital stands on the site of the old friary. Here's our beautiful old church of St Hilda, the pride and glory of Hartlepool. Its building is credited to one of the Bruce family. The Sandwell Gate, showing the chair before it was demolished. The Sandwell Gate as we know it today. The new dredger, Hortness. The channel showing the breakwater at Middleton. We are now on the town wall, standing above the gateway. Old property on the town wall which is being scheduled for preservation. Another view of the town wall showing modern property. The Harbour of Refuge Inn. Once it stood in the back street, but today it stands boldly out on the front. Picture of the old pier with the harbour light seen through the archway of the Sandwell Gate.